This is the NOLERBEAR, and I am traveling to show everybody what it means to be north of 60 champion.
You're back with the #1 television program for pro wrestling worldwide.
Hello everyone, Mad Dog Marty Sugar here. Welcome to another Tuesday Night TalkDown. Grin and NOLERBEAR. We're looking at the NOLERBEAR all the way from the Arctic. He's from Tuktoyaktuk. He lives in Inuvik now. He's our northern boy. The first guy from Totally Arctic Wrestling that NOLERBEAR was trained specifically by me, but the rest of the guys were trained by myself and Ace Redmond Jr. First guy to make his trip down south, although if you live in the Northwest Territories, especially if you live in Inuvik, everything is down south, but now super south. Like literally the difference from Inuvik to Kelowna is the same as Kelowna to Mexico. So Canadian Mexico, NOLERBEAR is coming for October 14th in Rutland and October 15th in Vernon. Now October 14th, he's in a huge tag team match with arguably the greatest wrestler to ever come out of Big West Wrestling, Shreds, teaming up against Todd Quality and a mystery partner that we will reveal later in this episode. But first, let's hear the NOLERBEAR's thoughts on that tag match right now.
The NOLERBEAR is traveling for wrestling. My first place out of the Northwest Territories is with Big West Wrestling. My first match on October 14th is with Shreds. Who are we facing? Todd Quality with his manager, Lance Skulls, and Todd, your partner, is mystery. But for Shreds and I, that's not going to matter. Because with Shreds and I, me in particular, being top wrestler at Totally Arctic Wrestling, being the North of 60 champion, I am someone you have to look out for. I guarantee that. Because traveling out of the Northwest Territories is not a small task. Just like when you face me in that ring. Me being the North of 60 champion, I'll be bringing it. I'll be showing you what the Arctic has to offer. Because Todd, you and your partner, against Shreds and me, there's no chance for you guys at all.
And then October the 15th in Vernon, it's champion versus champion. If, when, of course, I'll still be champion if I can get past the Canadian Goose. And I suggest you let that one marinate. And I will continue to use that comment every time we book the Canadian Goose. So deal with it. Don't be spare parts, bud. But here's the deal. First time I ever tangled with NOLERBEAR was at the TAW Gold Rush tournament in the first round, the first match, where he took advantage of injured ribs when I had been brutally assaulted in the first ever scrapyard match with Destro the Eskimofo when that psychopath threw me off the top of a giant stack of metal onto a smaller stack of metal. Thought he broke my back. But you know what? No matter, I fought and I clawed and I did the best I could, but in the end, I was feeling it a little too much. Missed a splash, as you can see here, and got tapped out with his musk ox It's hard to say. He tapped me out with his musk ox submission. It's an actual move used in the indigenous games. Musk ox push. And he tapped me out with it. So, great. Made me feel like a wildebeest. That's what you want to feel like. Of course, we would have a rematch later after I won the title. Now you're asking yourself, how do you lose in the first round of a title tournament, Marty Sugar, and then go on to win and become the first ever North of 60 TAW champion? Well, the issue is this. Destro the Escamofo has a big mouth, and he was pushing around the former TAW commissioner, Rajan, and he demanded a second chance match to the finals. And Rajan said, yeah, man, you can have it, but you got to beat Marty Sugar. Now, Des was feeling great about himself, figuring that he'd already beaten me in a scrapyard match and injured me. Didn't work out in his favor, as we can show the entire match right here, courtesy of Totally Arctic Wrestling.
This is the last chance match between Destro. Marty with the spear! Marty with the spear! Rolls him up! 2, 3! Here's your winner, Mad Dog Marty Sugar!
And then after Blue Wilder survived NOLERBEAR, I would go on to beat Blue Wilder by submission and become the first ever champion. NOLERBEAR would interrupt my celebration and demand the first title shot on the very next Saturday night Skoden. Musk. And let's see some highlights of that now. Once again, courtesy of our friends, our young cousins at Totally Arctic Wrestling.
Marty. October 15th, you and me, champ against champ. You're the internet champion. Big West Wrestling against North of 6 champion. Yeah, you have been our first champion, but I've got the championship now. So Marty, you know what that means. I am improving each and every match. And Marty, now that I'm the champion of Totally Arctic Wrestling, there's not much more that I can really do right now, except to go to your home to face you. And I'm excited for that. Because Marty, me traveling down there from home to face you, for me, my wrestling dreams are coming true. I'm traveling to wrestle. I'm traveling to show who I am in that ring. mucklucks and all, my leather belt and all, they're coming down. Because I'm going to show what the North of 60 Championship is all about. What Totally Arctic Wrestling is all about. What people down in Southern Canada, United States, and all over the world, whoever is watching, what they can expect from the Arctic. Because Marty, you're not facing the same NOLERBEAR that you did up in the Inuvik Northwest Territories. You're facing the champ. You're facing the NOLERBEAR. The person who's ruling over TAW right now. Good luck.
NOLERBEAR, we've had our battles in Inuvik. That match we saw when I defended the North of 60 Championship against you, minus 15 in the warehouse. I was coughing up blood by the end of that match, and not just because you kicked the crap out of me, but at the end of the day, I speared you out of your boots. 1, 2, 3. Bob's your uncle, and Marty's the victor. Now, since I got screwed out of the TIW title and moved on and moved back to the Okanagan, you have risen to the occasion. You beat Cheeseburger, and I know it's a big deal for you and for TAW because Cheeseburger's a friend of TAW and blah, blah, blah. I scarf down 6-7 cheeseburgers a day. I ain't afraid of a single cheeseburger, and I'm not afraid of a NOLERBEAR. We are 1-1 in singles competition, and there's no belts on the line when we are in Vernon on October 15th at the Schubert Center. Nearly a decade since Big West has been in the Schubert. And it's pride on the line. You and me. Teacher versus student. You say that you're not the same guy. I trained you, kid. I taught you everything you know, but not everything I know. And we're going to go to town. And we're going to beat each other from pillar to post. And at the end of the match, I'm going to reach out my hand. Not the one that's going to shank you, but I'm going to reach out a hand in friendship. Just like Ingamo friendship. I'm going to reach out my hand and I'm going to say thank you for another great battle. And I wish you the best as you head back up north to continue your reign of terror. Putting down punk asses like Destro, like Blue Wilder, and whoever else shows up in town. Cheeseburgers, double cheeseburgers, omelets, skillets. Now I'm hungry. See you October 15th.
October 14th, Rutland, BC. Big West Wrestling puts on The Beat Goes On tag team match with Todd Quality and K86, a man I chose for 2 reasons. 1, his moveset, and 2, color scheme-wise, he matches us. So that works out well. Against Shreds, who, by all accounts, probably Big West Wrestling's biggest star of all time. Sorry, Marty. And NOLERBEAR, the TAW champion, Total Arctic Wrestling North of 60 champion. Congratulations, but you, my friend, are the weak link. Yes, you are. Because you and I have something in common, and that's about the same amount of matches. So you're going to be looking over your shoulder because you have the most to lose. And welcome to BC. Time to get some quality.